I don't do TikToks, so forgive me. But I wanted to share something that nobody shared with me, and if anybody can learn from it, I want it to be here. If you are going through a divorce, you've been through the pain, you've been through the trauma, you work on yourself, you become this better version of the self, you're happier, and you're this brand new person. If and when you decide to start dating again and you get back in the dating pool, that first heartbreak after divorce is more painful than your actual divorce. Because that heartbreak, that person has now rejected this new, better, stronger version of you. I was not prepared for it, and it's gut-wrenching. So as you start dating again, be prepared, because I certainly wasn't, and it's awful.
Gentlemen, great to have you back, and welcome to another video of women dating after divorce. And we're gonna start with this one right here, guys. We're gonna check on that video again, we're gonna unpack it, and today, guys, we're gonna take a closer look into how self-centered some women are in today's society. Let's get started.
I don't do TikToks, so forgive me. But I wanted to share something
I'll forgive you because I'm a merciful God.
That nobody shared with me, and if anybody can learn from it, I want it to be here.
That's an odd decision. TikTok, not well known for people learning something on that app, but
if you are going through a divorce, you've been through the pain, you've been through the trauma, you work on yourself, you become this better version of the self, you're happier, and you're this brand new person. If and when you decide to start dating again and you get back in the dating pool, that first heartbreak after divorce is more painful than your actual divorce. Because that
Yeah, before you continue coping, the reason that the second whatever thing you had, probably a situationship, hurt you more than actually your probably 20-year-old marriage is because you are self-centered. Instead of thinking about what went wrong with my ex-husband, did I pick a wrong guy? Could have I picked a good guy? Could have I, been married up until this point and throughout my life? Was it, was the mistake in me? What happened, etc.? Instead of thinking about that, what a lot of women think after a divorce is, how can I, in the fastest way possible, get someone to provide for me, right? I'm on the street, I have nothing to do, no one to take care of me, no one to provide for me. So how can I, as fast as possible, continue getting the benefits that marriage gave me? That is the philosophy of the vast majority of women nowadays. And this is also the reason why they so often monkey branch, not only in relationships, but also in marriages. And another thing she mentioned, guys, she said it hurts. Now you've gone through the pain, you've gone through the trauma, now you're going to heal. All women say this narrative, and my question is, if after divorce all women heal, they become better versions of themselves, they become, beings close to angels, if they learn so much, why is it they're in almost all cases unable to find another man and keep him? They either go through dating where they're not able to pick a man, or they either remarry only to get divorced, or never marry again because they're just, bad people that nobody wants to commit to anyways. So food for thought there. Let's continue.
Heartbreak, that person has now rejected this new, better, stronger version of you. I was not prepared for it, and it's gut-wrenching. So as you start dating again, be prepared, because I certainly wasn't, and it's awful.
Guys, can someone explain to me, for real, how is a divorced woman better than, let's say, a woman in her 20s, right? She says, after my divorce, I healed, I became better, now I'm, wiser, and I've got experience, etc. No, what you have is baggage. You yourself mentioned how you went through a traumatic divorce, etc. You probably have kids, that another man has to take care of. You don't have the same patience as in your 20s. You're not as innocent as in your 20s. You're not as attractive as in your 20s. You don't have as much life ahead of you as in your 20s. In what way is a divorced woman better than a single 20-year-old woman? Or a woman in her 20s, like not 20 necessarily, but I just don't seem to get it, guys. If someone can explain, please.
Good luck out there.
After I broke up with my husband after a 25-year marriage, one of my biggest fears was that I would never find a man, that a man wouldn't want to be with me. I mean, it was a lot of drama.
And there it is, guys. Like, we just talked about that. I haven't watched this video, but I just mentioned, like, she gets out of a 25-year-old marriage, and her biggest fear is not, oh, crap, I've wasted my life. I've done some mistakes. I didn't choose the right partner, or maybe I wasn't a good wife. They never think about that. It's not even in their heads. Their biggest fear, guys, is, oh, am I going to be able to find another man to provide for me and take care of me and, you know, bring that financial support? That is all they care about, gentlemen. Most women nowadays, the vast majority of women nowadays. And it just begs the question, why should men marry in the first place? Like, we can already establish that women marry primarily for financial support. Love is never part of the equation. And the better question is, why would anyone marry a divorced woman who has already proven that she not only married for the financial support, she not only broke up that marriage for whatever bullcrap reason that doesn't make sense, but now she's willing to remarry again just for the financial support, and she's desperate to find someone to provide for her. Insanity, gentlemen.
It was really all limiting beliefs that was made up in my head. And, you know, being in your mid-40s, 50s, 60s, wherever you are in this stage of life, what I learned is that it really doesn't matter, because there is a great partner out there for you. But the
Holy crap, so much cope, gentlemen, so much cope just emitting through the screen. I think I'm gonna have to move to a different room to record this, guys. I cannot breathe out of so much cope just radiating from my computer. You can clearly see the things she has to make up, the mental gymnastics, in order to cope with the idea that nobody will want her anymore. She knows she's not as attractive. She knows she carries a lot of baggage. There's a reason she's afraid that no one will want to provide for her, because she realizes she's not a viable option in the dating market. And that brings fear. And what do we have to do to get rid of the fear? Well, of course, not improve ourselves in order to actually be a good partner, but rather let's cope with the usual bullcrap of there's something out there for everyone. I'm in my best period of my life because I've learned enough. It's just so much cope. You're not getting anywhere. It's honestly sad.
secret is you gotta swing the bat. Like you gotta date. You gotta put yourself out there. It's not gonna just show up in your front doorstep.
Of course.
So I used to equate dating with baseball, like literally swinging the bat. And every time we would swing the bat, most of the time it was a foul ball or a strike. There was a lot of those. But I knew that as long as I kept swinging the bat, I would maybe get to first base, maybe second, maybe even third. And I knew eventually I'd hit that home run. And that's the attitude you gotta have. Remember,
guys, this advice is so bad. This is so bad. She's essentially saying, just get with the Chads or get with the Sims that want to, hook up with you in your 40s. Get with all the desperate for attention men. Just keep throwing yourself out there. Throw yourself like a 3 or 4, like a woman for the streets. And eventually, guys, when you do that like 100 times, you're gonna meet Prince Charming, right? It's just, what the hell, man? What man in his sane mind will see a woman like you, who has been dating and throwing herself at Chad's feet and at Sims, and he's gonna say, you know what? Let me take this divorced 40-year-old woman with a triple-digit body count and let me wife her up. Nobody, literally, that man doesn't exist.
Remember, when you have a doubt of a date, just say, okay, that was a strikeout. That was a foul ball. Who cares? This is about you. It's not about him. So keep swinging that bat. And I promise you, you will find a great partner. I've been with my boyfriend now for 7 years. So keep swinging the bat.
Boyfriend, guys. What do you bet that he's just someone who's keeping her, you know, just to have some fun? Guys, a lot of women are a one-trick pony. They, you know, in their 20s, they get everything they want by spreading their legs. They get, you know, the attention, the validation, maybe some resources. They get it through opening their legs, right? Through throwing themselves and exchanging their body for something they want. And they're a one-trick pony. They think that when they get to 40 and they find a solution, they find a problem that has no solution for them. So like this woman, she doesn't know what to do in order to find a provider. She does the same thing that has worked for her in her 20s. Just throw myself at men, spread my legs, give my body. And, you know, that's what's worked before. So maybe it will work now as well. They only know that, guys. They never think about actually solving the problem. Like, if this previous marriage didn't work out, maybe it's me. Maybe I didn't pick the right partner. You know, put some blame on you. It's gonna help you find a correct solution instead of saying, "Oh, my man, you know, it's all his fault. It couldn't be me." Think a little about yourself. You know, and you wouldn't be so desperate. You wouldn't be coping so hard. And you wouldn't be so miserable with a quote-unquote boyfriend that hasn't committed in 7 years and is probably just keeping you around like a booty call. So sad, guys. Let's continue.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna answer this together. Well, I'm gonna give you my answer, okay? If someone is married, and they claim to be separated, divorced, not being with them anymore, do you ask for proof? Or do you just take their word? I'm gonna tell you right now. You ask the questions. You want to know that what they're saying isn't bullshit. Let me tell you something. A guy can tell you all day, I'm separated from my wife. That means he's married. I'm not living with her anymore. That means he's married. You know, I live in a different apartment. We've been separated for a while, whatever. That means he's not single. I wanted to do the divorce, but she hasn't signed it yet. She's giving me a hard time. He's not single. At the end of the day, you're getting the story from him only. Unless you're getting it from the wife, the wife, because that's what they are, wife. Then it could all be bullshit. Let me tell you something. I have spoken to guys that are separated, have nothing in the works. No paperwork. No talks about separation. Just he moved out and that was it. Bruh. I've also spoken to a guy that is currently married, not separated, still living in the same house. Oh, she's up here, I'm down here. You're not single unless you are divorced. I don't want to hear shit about, oh, you know, I can because this and this. Listen, I get it. You get married. When you get married with somebody, you don't, ultimately want to get divorced. That's not the end goal, right? But shit happens. I know. I've been married. I've been divorced. I walk around with a PDF copy of my divorce decree in my phone because I don't play no games. End of the day, don't waste your time. Don't waste people's time. Get your shit settled, okay? Because he is not single, ladies. Because at any moment, you invest your time, you invest your feelings, you invest your body, your soul, and then he goes to be with his wife. Because,
yeah, guys, we invest our bodies and our souls before finding out that this man is married. So, in other words, in the first date. And this is the problem I have with these sort of women. We've covered already on the channel quite a few women who are what am I talking about? Quite a few women who are whining that men, they're not divorced, they're still in a marriage, they're in the dating pool. It's just so bad, and I understand that. I honestly do. My problem is that you, in the first place, thought that it's going somewhere when it's not going anywhere. You are dating men, you are selecting men who you know are not going to commit to you. So what is the difference if they're not going to commit to you because they just want to have fun or because they are married? You see, guys, this woman and many women like her, they're not dating with intentions to marry. And even if they say they are, they really are not. They're dating for the validation. Still, even after divorce, even at this age, yes, you heard me right. They are still dating for validation and attention and still trying to secure that child, you know. Maybe they say they want to find another serious partner, but guys, honestly, if they wanted to, they would have probably done it until now. They are on the dating apps, talking to multiple men at a time, still having a roster, giving out, quote unquote, investing their body on the first date, sleeping with Chad, messing around, and they certainly have a problem when a man turns out to be married. Like, oh no, I thought this was going somewhere, but you're married, so I guess you can't marry to me. You were not dating with the intent to marry in the first place. Don't try to fool us. I know what you're doing, and you've said it yourself. You invest your body before even finding out the first thing about these men. So, I'm not buying it.
I felt like I had to go back home, and then guess what? They're not divorced. He can go right back home, and you're stuck like a pendeja at home crying, oh my God, but he wasn't single. Girl, don't waste your time. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Alright, madam, so that here ends the TikTok, guys, and we'll leave it off here with so much entitlement today, so much coping, and so much narcissism, guys, so much entitlement. These women, they really don't care about their previous partners. They really don't care about improving or actually learning from their lessons. What they care about is, I still want the benefits that I had in my marriage. You know, I still want to eat my cake and still have it, you know. They've made the decision to divorce, but they still want the benefits that man provided. So you see, kind of a problem for a woman. It's a little inconvenient that they cannot at the same time divorce and keep all the benefits that were in the marriage. A little inconvenient, but don't you worry about them, guys. Leave me your comments in the box down below, guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.